Our public education work at the New Canadian Centre is based on storytelling. It is a core part of the work where we provide opportunities for newcomers to tell the stories that are most meaningful and impactful for them to a wider audience. There are 3 education programs that we are featuring. The Living Library program was launched in 2018, and it is a multimodal storytelling program in which newcomers are able to go out to do speaking engagements. In 2023, we expanded to start the Community Conversations program, in which we partner with agencies in Peterborough to host a conversation about a theme or topic in immigration and apply a more critical lens to the systems that affect newcomers. And in 2024, we expanded further to launch our Neighbourhood video series and discussion guide, which features 6 newcomers that are sharing their immigration story with a particular lens on experiences of racism and discrimination. And we've paired that with a discussion guide in which the wider community can watch the videos and have prompts and activities to have a discussion amongst themselves in their classrooms, communities, neighborhoods, etc., about what it means to be a good neighbor. The goals of our public education work are twofold. On the one hand, it supports our newcomer clients by providing them opportunities to be actively engaged in their community. We're providing opportunities where they can get training in public speaking and storytelling and have opportunities to go out and meet people in their community to share impactful stories that are important to them. It provides them with experience, it provides them with connections and opportunities for networking. On the second hand, it is also for our wider community and our partners to be able to build capacity by learning about the experiences of newcomers, by putting a human face to that experience, which sometimes will lead to collaborations and connections as well. With our Living Library, one of the key features of this program is that it is multimodal. And so we put a very strong focus on developing a range of different resources through this program. So it started with public speaking engagements, where folks are going out into the wider community to share their story. And we usually pair that with a presentation about the New Canadian Centre and the work that we do. In addition to that, we also, with each speaker, record a radio podcast. And so they're able to share their story on audio, and then it's played on over the radio at different points in the year and available on podcasting platforms, as well as each person gets a video that's produced where we explore a snippet of their story, and it's used for promotion, but it's also utilized by the clients to promote themselves in job applications, in wanting to do more of this professionally. Every year we do about 40 of these speaking engagements throughout the year, where folks are having that opportunity to actively meet with people in person as well as virtual settings as well. With community conversations, the core of this is collaboration and relationships. So with each community conversation, we partner with another agency to deliver it. So we've partnered with our local public library each year for the last 3 years to deliver a community conversation. We've partnered with a film festival in town in which we screen films related to immigration and have discussions about the themes of that film. We've partnered with a university on delivering a community conversation as well. And so at the core is bringing in a topic or a theme in immigration and being able to dive a little bit deeper into a multifaceted analysis of that team by bringing in professionals, people with lived experience, service providers, and academics to have a conversation that is meaningful. And with our Neighbourhood video series, it is 6 videos of 6 individuals, which actually includes myself, exploring our experiences of immigration and experiences dealing with racism and discrimination in our city. And so it allows a human face to those experiences, and it is paired with a discussion guide, which we developed in collaboration with an educator and DEI consultant. So it allows people to utilize those videos from elementary school all the way up to university settings and amongst your friends to have a conversation about the themes in those videos as well. Our public education work is effective because we are able to adjust it to meet a wide cross-section of audiences. We're able to be in kindergarten classes all the way up to university settings or just a group of friends that are wanting to learn more about the experiences of newcomers. We also provide a lot of different options that allows you to do self-guided learning or have us come in and facilitate something. And there are videos that you can utilize. There are podcasts, audio files, and so there's a little bit of something for everyone. With each request that we receive, we're able to match the request to a specific program based on the nature of that program. And so if someone reaches out to us wanting a speaker, we know that that is a living library presentation that we're going towards. If they reach out to us wanting something that's more facilitated or wanting to collaborate on an event, we know that that is more a community conversation. And so with each program, it is distinct and it is flexible. Another reason why these programs are promising is that they are ran through a settlement organization. So the New Canadian Centre is an agency that supports newcomers directly, but we're able to combine our client-facing work through public speaking training with a part of educating the wider public, utilizing the experiences that clients gain through learning skills, and then directly transferring that into outward-facing work in the wider community. All of these programs are also offered free of charge, and so it really allows everyone the ability to learn about the experiences of newcomers if financing is a constraint. We offer it on a donation basis if you're able to, and we do receive some donations through that mechanism. Many times we are also able to do it without a charge at all.
So across our programs, Living Library, Community Conversations, and our Neighborhood video series, we use a mixed approach to measuring performance, quantitative and qualitative. We want to make sure that we are knowing how many people are attending, how many people are interested in these projects, how are people listening about these programs, and how are they feeling with these programs, how are they helping them in different ways. And with these, we use a variety of different tools to gather feedback. A very important one is just a post-engagement evaluation form or survey. Sometimes we print them so that people can fill them out, but we prefer to send them online as an email to the facilitator to hear how are these programs are landing, what are people liking about them, what are people not liking about them. The other one is we really like stories and verbal feedback, so after an event, after an engagement, we try to go around to ask, how did you like it? How did you hear about this? Why are you here? What interested you? Why are you coming back? Is this your first time? So we really try to collect those anecdotes and that verbal feedback as well. And then lastly, we try to also have a lot of in-person engagement tools as well. For instance, we had a big panel, a big map where people can tell us if they learned something new that day, if there's something that surprised them, if they have a message to send to the speakers, a very interactive tool that we could see right away how the program is landing and how the experience is landing with a lot of our audience members. With these measurements, we're also trying to see what are the gaps that we're missing. What are the different type of speakers people want to listen, what are the different type of themes that they want to hear. We've also been going to a lot of schools with these programs, bringing speakers and bringing videos to schools. And we also want to learn from teachers, how can we best adapt this program so that it matches your curriculum, for instance? How can this be a good tool that you can continue using? For community conversations, after every panel, we also ask folks, what different themes do you want to see? So a lot of the feedback that we receive directly informs our future programming. What type of speakers are we getting? What type of themes are we touching? Also, the speakers and our clients that we're using for these programs, we use these tools with them as well so that they can also tell us what's working for them. How are they feeling when they're sharing their stories? There has been a very strong evidence of support from clients, both our newcomer clients who are helping us running these programs. Most of them say that they've loved the opportunity of getting out of the community and sharing their stories. They love the fact that we've given them the opportunity and the space to share their stories. And they have a lot of personal benefits from it as well. They enhance their public speaking skills, their storytelling skills. One of our clients one time told me, thanks to these workshops and thanks to these opportunities, I've been able to be better at interviewing for jobs, so you can see some benefits there. They're able to network, they're able to learn more about their community, they're able to make more connections and feed into this feeling of belonging, because Peterborough is home for them as well. Now, from the audience side, again, a lot of strong engagement evidence. We have teachers that call us every year at every month, wanting to bring speakers to their classes. Our partners who are collaborating with us come year after year trying to collaborate. It's that time of the year, can we do this program again, or can we run this event again? What we've also learned is that people are feeling more informed about newcomer experiences. People do feel that they have a better understanding about newcomers to Canada and their experience on settling in a new place. What we've also learned is that they really value that lived experience and having someone telling their stories. And the last one that we've seen is that a lot of people are appreciated and grateful that we create a space where they can ask questions. We create a space where they can directly, in a safe space, question maybe a lot of their own biases, or questions a lot of their own assumptions that they might have about newcomers. Almost the three of these projects, you have people telling their stories, right? So creating that space, and this is something that we've really have gotten from evaluation, right? People like listening directly from newcomers. People love that we're creating space that they can ask questions directly, and people have told us that they end up being more informed and more aware about newcomer experiences.
Other organizations have been interested in replicating this program. The organizations in our community that have expressed interest tend to want to work with us. So for example, for our community conversations, if the Peterborough Public Library has a book that they'd like to feature, or our film festival wants to highlight a film, then they might pair that with a community conversation that allows those themes to be explored further. And then the Peterborough Public Library has also replicated our Living Library program by developing their own human library, and we have been able to provide support with that. If other organizations are interested in replicating these programs, the advice that we would give is just to really prioritize the preparation. So allocating enough time to build trust with the speakers. If they don't have as much confidence in their presentation skills, then working with them to build that confidence and that trust. It is important to allocate time for promotional materials because you've already prepared so much for it and you want people to be able to attend and maximize the amount of people who are able to listen to these stories. And when there are discussion guides or additional materials that are attached to these programs, it's taking that time to develop the content and again, tailoring the language so that it can be received well by those different audiences. Smaller northern communities can definitely replicate it. And some of the challenges that could occur is that it may be difficult to identify a roster of speakers if there's a smaller population of newcomers. So our advice is to really focus on relationship building and being able to identify who those speakers are and then helping to build trust with them so that they feel more confident in sharing their stories. And another challenge that may come up is sustaining the audience to attend these events. And so I think it would be helpful to make sure whatever topics you're presenting or sharing about is relevant to what's being shared in the news, what people are interested in, and just immigration and integration topics that people want to hear more about, and making sure that there is a diversity, variety every year so that even if it may be the same audience, at least they're coming to an event that offers new topics and discussions. This program can work for metropolitan centers as well. And I think some of the challenges that may arise is that you're going to encounter demand or interest from a lot of different audiences. So just making sure that you put in the preparation to tailor the community conversations, the Living Library presentations, and the Our Neighbourhood series to all the different audiences that may reach out to you to offer that program. So whether it's for corporate DEI training and they want you to present to their staff, or it could be for an elementary school where you might have to focus on less heavier topics, or it could be for a nonprofit organization that already knows a lot of this terminology and topics, so you may want to bring in some more complexity or focus on a couple of issues that they're really interested in getting to know about. So just really determining your audiences when there is a larger population. So throughout these programs, I am most inspired by the bravery and courage and the empowerment that newcomers feel when they share their stories. And this opportunity gives them a sense of a belonging in the community. And I've also been moved by the response of the community to these stories and how much compassion and willingness to support newcomers have emerged from these programs. And so I think if you really want to make a big impact through storytelling, I would suggest that you consider implementing these programs in your organization.